If you track other areas of your chart, perhaps your moon placement or your Venus or your ascendant or some other aspect, then you can cross-watch to my other videos for further information and insight. I use the 12 houses of the zodiac, so I shuffle and pull out 3 main areas of interest, the associated astrological guidance and the goddess guidance as well. And that gives you sort of a blueprint for the weeks coming up ahead of you now. Some of it may extend a little bit longer. Some themes get started now and then they only manifest a little bit later on as well. Please don't forget to like and share or like and subscribe, as that actually helps to elevate the exposure on YouTube for other people who may also be interested in this kind of reading. Okay, so for you, your first house is the first area of interest. This is everything to do with the physical body. So your physical body, your vitality, your life force, your basically your demeanor at the moment, how you're feeling, also what you're projecting outwards at this time. And so it's general body related issues as well. It can also be your outlook, how you're meeting the world, your attitude, and so on. But it also shapes your personality and your characteristics, your observable characteristics. So what other people see when they see you. So if, it also depends obviously on what is going on in your life, what your demeanor will be and what you're projecting at any given time. But everything to do with the body is first house. Also your own self-oriented interests. So this could be physical regimes that you're busy with, whether it's a physical exercise or just looking after yourself and so on. Everything to do with the body and yourself, your appearance as well. It's also your personal independence. So how you are making your way in the world, what course you're following, what you want to do, what you're projecting outwards, when you network, when you're connecting with others, what you're actually displaying and how you're moving forward at this time. So now I feel generally with the way the cards are falling this month, there's quite a lot of emphasis on health, diet, and well-being. It keeps coming up again and again and again, but I will give you other aspects of each area as well so that you can see some areas may be overlapping. But there's certainly a very strong emphasis on that at this time. So whether something's coming up for you to deal with, or it's something you knew about but you hadn't been able to deal with it properly, or whether it takes you by surprise, or it's just certain things that come with getting older, perhaps, whatever stage you are in your life, there may be something coming up which you have to deal with. At the bottom underneath this, we have Grand Cross Provoker. So this is a very strong card to be coming in. This is about coping with a lot of things that may be sort of quite stressful at this time. You've got 4 very hard angles bearing down on you. So it's also like dealing with many priorities all at once. So whatever that may be for you, it could be, perhaps you're in a situation where you need to change a great variety of things, or it could also be to do with, as I said, body-related things. Perhaps you want to initiate certain things for yourself, whether it's physical or just enhance your life force in some way, or perhaps you need to do that. But it's saying there's going to be a certain level of frustration about what it is that's going on around you at the moment, the influences that are bearing down on you currently. You may have a lot of things happening all at once, and it's just a lot to cope with. But what this card will do, it will actually really help you to build up your stamina and your inner strength to cope with many things, to deal with many things at once. So really prioritizing is very, very important when this card comes in. Prioritizing various aspects to do with the first house. And it's also time management. Communication comes in as well. Are you communicating properly with other people? Are you asking for support? Are you able to delegate? Are you able to communicate in a way which is well received by others, even though you may be under stress at this time as well? So all of these things are all going to be coming up for you, but it really is about You may have a list of priorities which you have to tackle in a day, and it will change within an hour, and a new set of priorities will come, and then later on the day, a new set of priorities again. So it's that kind of many things that need to be done and sorted out. So really create a list for yourself, set your priorities, whatever that may be, whatever your goals are, or whatever's coming up for you in the moment. And then to work through them systematically as well. But it's also about, really getting down to your authentic self, and being able to use all your skills and talents and abilities. So you may have a wide range of abilities or skills that you use, intermittently. You may be focusing on one area of your life at a certain time and then another. But when this card comes up, it's going to be testing all of that at the same time. So there's a great many areas which you may be juggling at this time, a great many things that you may be juggling. But it really is, it's testing that whole system for you. But it really is about building up stamina and inner strength. And once you start to make headway with your priorities, once you start to actually get some semblance of progress with that, then you start to build up momentum. And once you've build up momentum, then you will have a lot of power and a lot of strength to actually move forward quite quickly with this card. That's what it does. It gives you that inner strength to actually overcome and move forward with whatever is going on in any one given time. But it's you may just feel like you're doing a lot of things and not actually moving forward, and that is because you haven't prioritized, you haven't managed your time. So you are a Capricorn, so being systematic will come naturally to you. But you're really going to be put to the test with this. It's really going to test that skill of yours and that ability of yours. Your natural abilities are going to be really pulled out, and you're going to be, sort of almost like having to deal with things on a daily basis. Things just arrive, almost like, something pops out and it's got to be dealt with. And then you get back to your original list, and then something else comes again, or a complication from the original thing which you thought you dealt with, and so on. So this is the kind of energy that the Grand Cross brings. So when they say provoker, it can be very provocative. It can actually make you very angry and frustrated, or feeling like you just getting nowhere, and that is why you need to go quiet, go within, prioritize, and be very clear about what you're doing step by step, and communicate properly with other people to assist you at this time. I feel that once you've got things under control and you've dealt with certain issues, perhaps it is a health issue that's coming up and you've just got a lot of things that you need to see to. But once you've got it under control and you're now working through this phase, because it won't last forever. It's sort of very intense over a period, and then it starts to abate. But once you've got through that, then this card I feel is going to come to the fore. This is Donna, High Priestess. So you have divine knowledge that can help others through your spiritual teaching. So I feel that this exercise of, mastering your abilities and actually mastering many priorities all at once is teaching you a great lesson. And that is always what the movement of the planets and energetic interactions is all about. That's what it's about. It's always to create a diamond from the rough. And all of us are diamonds in the rough. So you've got to hone, you've got to work it until the spark shines through. So this card, once you get through this period and you're starting to master your environment or whatever it is that's going on in the first house, then you can share that knowledge, and it will bring you a great deal of wisdom. As I said, it brings a lot of stamina and inner knowing, inner understanding, inner strength, and it will empower you, and with that you can, that wisdom can be shared with others. And this is all part of divine divine knowledge that's coming down. And it's also wisdom that you've gained over many lifetimes. If you're not into lifetime, reincarnation and so on, then it's what you've gained in your life so far. You may have been through a number of things which you can transmit to others as knowledge, as wisdom, as understanding. And she's saying that this can be transmitted in a variety of ways, whether it's through sort of seminars or coursework or a blog, any sort of written any sort of written document or publishing or a book or online, whatever it may be, transmit that knowledge and that understanding and your wisdom, because that can help somebody else who may be going through something similar, and that's what the human condition is. It's sharing knowledge and helping others. And that's what we're all here to do. So whatever knowledge you have, you may think that it's not necessarily important or it's not necessarily going to help somebody else, but everything that you've been through in your life will help somebody else. You just have to transmit that knowledge in some way. So give courses, write books, tell others, talk to others. You could even learn more about what you discovered during this period and explain to others what you went through. And just simply explaining that to others will give them some kind of framework or guideline for something similar that they may be going through. So it's about that. It's the transmission of your knowledge, which is very unique to you. There's nobody else like you. Nobody else has been through what you have. And that is very special and very unique. And you can transmit that very, very well to others. And you could even create a business out of it. But it really is, it's about sharing that empowerment and what you learned during that process. The next house of interest is the 6th house. This is the house of health, diet, well-being, your lifestyle, and so on. It's also the house of work, your working life, so your daily routines in all aspects. So this can be your work life, also your workplace, your work colleagues, and also mastery of your craft. So whatever it is that you do in your life, not necessarily going to a workplace, you may work from home, or you may be a consultant and you travel a lot or whatever. So mastery of your craft, everything to do with that. It's also the house of pets, which may come up for you at this time. So as I said, I feel that this is because the first house has come up, and there are other factors coming in, that there may be some sort of health, diet or lifestyle or well-being issue which is now being highlighted for you. And it's going to be manifesting in the 6th house, but it could also be sort of knocking onto your work life, or the other way around. So your work life, perhaps you have been working extremely hard, or you are a workaholic, and now it's starting to impact on your health. Everything has to be in balance. So these two kind of go hand in hand, and so just see which, how this is all fitting in for you. At the bottom here we have lunar eclipse change. Okay, so this is a very we are in eclipse season. We've had 2 in June, and we're having another one on the 5th of July. So, and that's a full moon lunar. So this is all about lunar eclipse. So this is going to be important for you. And 4 and 3 equals 7. So that's July. So this is a month for you for this kind of change that's coming in for you. Now, because it's the moon ruled, it is cyclical. So whatever comes up for you could wrap up within a 6-week period, or it could unfold over a 6-month period. So whatever after the initial upheaval or initial shift or initial change that comes in, then things unfold from there on. So it could be a number of things. It could be, as I said, some sort of it's going to be like an abrupt shift, an abrupt change which is coming in for you, unexpected things coming to light. So it could be a health issue which has been lurking, but it hasn't really appeared until now, and now it sort of comes to the surface. Or it could be the light being shone on something which wasn't really picked up before. So it could be something that has been under the surface or been around, but you kind of were aware of it, but not really. You hadn't really focused on it, or it wasn't a major issue in your life. So something bubbles over now, but the speed and the unexpectedness of it will take you by surprise. But it could also just be something out of the blue that comes and wham, it does cause quite an upheaval. But it's almost like you are, I wouldn't say prepared, but it's not, it may have been in the recesses of your mind that something would come out. So it's something like that. But it's a very necessary change, and it's an inevitable change. So you can't put off this kind of thing. This is something that you can't just, okay, well, I won't deal with it now. You're going to have to deal with it. So whatever it is, it's going to create an upheaval, but it's going to shine a light on something which needs to be dealt with. So it could be a shift, a work shift, so a workplace shift, or work colleagues, people changing around you, or you moving from a work environment to another work environment. Or it could be, as I said, health and diet and well-being related. And something comes up. It can be a medical procedure that needs to be done, something like that. It could relate to the eyes as well. Perhaps it's an eye issue. But it can also be a feminine thing. So perhaps if you're a woman, it may be to do with the cycles of your life. Something like that comes up. Or it could be, it could also be the rising of the feminine aspects of yourself. So you may have not focused on those too much in your life. So it's almost like, you've been operating mostly in the masculine way, and we all have to be balanced, masculine and feminine. We have both. So it could be the rise of the feminine, and it's pointing you in that direction to actually allow that feminine intuition to come forward, or the feminine receptivity. It's a feminine quality, that being receptive to change, being receptive to cycles, being receptive to using your intuition, to delving into that to help you navigate choppy waters, So it could also be any of those aspects coming in for you. Now, the reason why I say I think it's mostly health, diet, and well-being related is you've got Aphrodite, the goddess guidance, coming in here, which is inner goddess. So it doesn't, as I said, it's not about being a male or a female. It's about the feminine, the rise of the feminine in all people, and but it's mostly about the quality of self-appreciation. So awaken the goddess within you through dance, self-care, and appreciating your divinity. So this is about self-appreciation, self-care, whatever form that is for you. And it's also about sexuality as well. So whatever issue may be coming up for you to deal with. But I feel that really because of the first house being highlighted here, something may be highlighted for you, and you need to just take better care of your vehicle, your body, and yourself, and attend to your own inner self-care, whatever that may be. So that could be sea salt baths, that could be doing retreats, yoga, it could be walking in nature, it could be spending time outdoors, hiking, cycling, riding, whatever is right for you, whatever is going to enhance your well-being and your lifestyle. So you may have to make a big lifestyle change at the moment, and this may have been through overwork. Perhaps you have overworked yourself, you've stressed yourself out, and now you need to pull back and address certain health issues or well-being, or you're just not feeling 100%, or this event that comes up could really drain you and make you feel like you need to make lifestyle changes now. Lots of things could come in with this, but it's about self-care and self-love. So when you focus on yourself and you do things for yourself, with things which make you feel good, it's a form of self-love, and that's very, very important, to acknowledge yourself, your own uniqueness, your own connection to the divine. And when you when you do practice self-care, self-love, that is acknowledging the divinity in you. Your connection with God, your connection with the universe. You are a child of the universe. And so, look after your body, look after yourself, and that will assist you moving forward as well. The final area of interest is the 10th house. This is the world. So this is everything outside of home. So this can be your career, your fame, your reputation, your notoriety, your public standing. All of those issues come in. So this can be your public status, even could be changing or undergoing some sort of shift. So any sort of the world outside home, what people see when they see you, your position in life, and so on. But it can have a very strong career focus as well. It could also cover authority figures. So this is people who are in authority in your life, or maybe you are gaining authority in some way. And with the Grand Cross card coming in, and for first house, you may be projecting this. You may be projecting this wisdom and authority because you've been through the mill with this. So it could also be that, or you could be having an authority figure in your life who's going to guide or mentor you or provide structure for you in some way. Or it could be an authoritative institution that you're engaging with at the moment. This can be the military or the legal aspects like the law courts, or it could be government even, so politics and so on. It can also be like banking, big authoritative institutions which you may be engaging with, or it's a career aspect for you, or you may be changing something there. So all of that could come in. It could also be even just a father figure, somebody who is going to, comes across as an authority figure in your life.